Let me see here. King of the Castle. You're a King of the Castle fanboy? Hell yeah, dude. This is a great game. This is a great game. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, lords and ladies, my friends, my squires, and everyone in between. Welcome back to the King of the Castle, a chat interaction game where I play as your king, and you play as the various noble houses competing to take over my throne. We will be continuing with the Fragberger dynasty, presiding over the kingdom of the barons of the March, the patricians of the coast, and the counts of the east. You will be permitted to join me. Welcome, Burnt Kimchi. Come play with us, buddy. It's been so long. I hope flight school went well for you. We will be continuing our dynasty. Now, guys, last time we played, the counts of the east deposed the rightful king, and they put a pretender upon the throne after an armed rebellion. King Aurel is now king, and I am now King Aurel. Type !join in the Twitch chat, and you will be assigned one of these noble houses. Patricians again. Back to my doghouse, says Canuckman. Back to my doghouse, he says. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, chat. What has become of us? Aurel sounds wrong. I'm King Aurel. I am King Aurel. No one in the realm is a better Aurel than I. I am King Aurel. Unfortunately, this game, the bot does not work on the YouTube chat. I'm sorry, you can watch on the YouTube chat, but the bot for the game itself will not. It's a bummer, but it won't work on YouTube. It won't interact there. I'm sorry, guys. To change your gender, you say join, ! And then you say he/him, Kaito. I am King Aurel of the Fragberger dynasty, son of the counts of the east. Try it, Kaito. I think you have to say ! join, he/him. It might work. Did it not work? Here, hold on. We'll go back. Try now, guys. ! join, he, him, she, her, they, them. It's all Kaito's fault. Maybe you'll be assigned a different team. I am King Aurel of the Undead Isles. Join me. Join me. We have one for each team. That's all we need to get started. That's all we need to get started. So I'm going to begin us. Yes, it means you've bought the game and you can customize yourself. You look wonderful. Holy cow, Kaito. It remembered where you're from, and it remembered your money, bro. And it remembered Canucks money, too. He's broke. He's broke. Welcome, Nico. Good to have you. Wasn't Mikey in Patricians before? I'm not sure. I don't remember if he played last time. Did you play with us last time, Mikey? We had some broke boys. Now, despite the fact that the Patrician or the Counts of the East won the last game, this is a free-for-all that could be everybody. Anybody could win. Twitch is another website, Captain Crunch, another streaming website that I stream on. You're welcome to play on either, or you're welcome to watch on either. I will post a link. I think on Twitch you'll have to make a username to play there. Kit wants to join, does she? Well, the good news is that people can join even after we start. So we can begin, and people who want to join can join. It's okay. They can join whenever they would like to. Karingar is back. He's a patrician. Good to have you. There is a King of the Castle Discord. Should I post there? That we're going to play. Let's see, I think I'm already a part of it. PDM, I think there's a site for this that YouTube peeps can join. Yes, but if I don't have that, it's hard to explain, Kaito, but unfortunately, that won't work this time. I'm sorry to say it. Karingar, just follow my lead. Welcome, Vinny. Welcome back. Guys, I'm just posting that there's a King of the Castle game about to begin. Just one moment. Welcome, everyone. This is a chat interaction game. You're going to love it. If you've played this before, you know what to expect. If you've never played it before, all I can say is all hail the king. Thank you for the follow, Field Marshal. Wonderful, wonderful. Look at this. We've got so many people already here. All right. The kingdom and my reign as King Oral is about to begin. You can still join after we begin, no worries. It is the spring of 966, and I, King Oral, take my throne. Your Majesty, the history books do not look kindly upon usurpers, unless, of course, they've proven themselves worthy of the throne they have stolen. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? As a conqueror. A warrior king is sure to be remembered fondly if he wins more battles than he loses. I suggest Over the next few years, you focus on improving the kingdom's military as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. It is time for me to introduce myself to the council. Count Kiddokit, hello. I love your beard, Kit. You have a very luscious beard. The throne is ours. Remember all agreement. In all matters of state, you shall favor the East. The East is supreme. Very good. Now introduce yourself to the rest of the council, but don't forget what I told you today. Hello, my lord barons. Baron Canuckman, it is good to see you. We will whip the kingdom into shape together. A pleasure, Your August Majesty, says Karengar. Holy shit, Karengar, you also have a beautiful beard. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices. What do you think, says Vinny? Will he be a good little king and do as he's told? Too early to tell. We should have a backup plan just in case, says Kit. It is time for me to be crowned. The coronation of King Oral. We have won the throne from King Dominus, but now we must answer the council. As is tradition. Oh, look, Pinky has brought me some grub. Just as we get started, I'll have to stare at it and longingly wish I could eat it. As is tradition, they will decide what happens at your coronation. Fried rice. I'm going to eat, guys, but I'm going to play. I will be off camera while I eat. Do not worry, I will still be here. Let me eat my morsels as king. And when I return, I will be back on camera. All right, they will decide. I will get into my waterproof robes. I know they want to throw me into the river. Call in the nobles. What kind of coronation should be held for the new king? I will leave this, my dears, up to you. What kind of coronation should be held for the new king? Kaito wants to throw me into the river. How dare you, Kaito? I will remember your insolence forever and all time. I will remember your insolence and I will never forgive you. I must break the tie. And of course, I will side with the counts who put me into power. We will force the commoners to swear a blood oath. I have waterproof robes on, yes, it's true. The common citizens of the capital are lined up in a winding queue that loops along for dozens of streets. One by one, they are brought before your throne, bowing and scraping. After a bit of prodding from your watchman, each citizen slices their palm and smears their blood on your boots, swearing their eternal loyalty. No amount of scrubbing will save your shoes after this. The last monarch to hold a blood oath ceremony was King Timian the Mad, who also once declared war on the color blue. The peasants mutter darkly that another tyrant now sits on the throne. And that was the first season of my reign, King Oral the First. The barons are now scheming. Lennox of the Field Marshal PhD bloodline, powerful marcher Hellion, stands before a blazing hearth yelling at full volume. When have the barons of the march backed down from a fight? Never! I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful monarch, on the throne. What scheme should the barons pursue to overthrow the new king and place their preferred claimant, Lennox, on the throne? This voting is open to the barons only. We will give them a moment. Welcome, Deborah. Type join in the chat, Deborah, to join one of the noble houses. Pinky is here. She's going to join. Pinky wants to sit next to me. She's going to need her phone. Yeah, I wonder how they break the tie.
I'll be patricians again.
Who will you be, Pinky? Join.
Baron. I want to be Baron.
Pinky is here, chat. Pinky is a patrician.
Again!
And she has a beautiful beard.
No! I knew it! I knew it!
The voting is closed. That's crazy. It gave it to B. Modernization, lower the other's military. The barons will modernize the kingdom's army in such a way that it's totally under their control. But first, they must prove the military is in need of reform. To advance their scheme, the barons must lower the other region's military to a combined total of 10 or less in 4 seasons. Deborah, put an exclamation in front of the word join. Exclamation Join. Type it in chat, guys. Show her what she needs to do. Join. Like that, Deborah. Next up is the patricians. Felix of the Itzkaito family, powerful Navy admiral, scribbles with a well-used quill on a hardwood desk, muttering in frustration. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of King Oral. Something must be done. What scheme should the patricians pursue to overthrow the new king? Kaito, Pinky, and Karingar get to vote. Conspiracy. Lower the treasury. Welcome, Mikey. Mikey, you have not missed your turn yet. It is about to be your turn. The patricians plan to sink the king under an ocean of debt. To advance their scheme, the patricians must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 3 seasons. Bianca of the Mikey Gage dynasty, charismatic reformed cultist, leans delicately on a podium, speaking in a melodious voice.
What, that one?
Yes.
Most excellent! Oral now sits the throne, and the counts are in charge as they should be. But the other regions will already be scheming to dispose him, my lord.
Job well done, Bianca.
Do we stay loyal to the new king, or cut our losses and put me in the throne instead? Huh?
Should the counts stay loyal to the king Oral, or place a new claimant on the throne? Mikey, Kit, and Vinny get their chance to vote. Overwhelmingly, they will be loyal. Voting has closed.
Hold on, I'm eating. That settles it then. Long live the king. May he bring glory and honor to the east.
Job well done, Piggy.
But we can always change our minds. If Aurel ever gets out of line, we can take up arms and get rid of him the old-fashioned way. Even if it's not our usual fare, my lord.
Good job, Kaito. Good job, Kaito. The Count's goal is to aid the king by countering the other region's schemes as much as they can. They will win the game if the king produces an heir and completes his ambition. However, if their defiance gets too high, they can still change their minds and rise up in rebellion. Here are the schemes currently being attempted: the conspiracy, modernization, and loyalist. Your team is on the left-hand side, and you can see what your team's goal is in the center.
I thought Bianca is a female.
You thought what?
Bianca is
Yeah.
a female.
She is.
And we is also Artie?
No, she's from Artie's family. Or Artie is a woman now. It's not clear. By royal decree, we can tweak the laws governing how the council votes. We can't pass more than 3 of these laws at once. We already had the monarch's vote and veto. I am going to try the royal gamble. We begin with the honor guard. One day I'm walking through the gardens when I'm confronted by an unusual sight. One of your palace watch is standing guard, but instead of a pike, he's holding a mop. What are you doing? A grubby urchin kicked me in the shins and stole me pike. I grabbed the first replacement I could find. Get a new pike right now. I tried, but the quartermaster is too drunk. Your Majesty, the palace watch have been more incompetent than usual recently. It's obvious you need a proper honor guard to protect you. But first, how can we improve the bumbling palace watch? I think we should invite soldiers from the east to provide training.
No,
That's what I think we should do.
that's more expensive.
Let us invite soldiers from the east in order to provide training.
Patricians stand united! We stand united! Yes! Vote A! Don't listen to the barons! Yeah! A, click A.
Most unfortunate. Soon your watcher outfitted in gleaming new armor, wielding a pike in each hand to fend off the urchins. My treasury went down quite a bit. Quite a bit. Holy cow. If one thing's clear from this mess, it's that you need an honor guard who can actually keep you safe, not like these kittens. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could hire foreign mercenaries. They'd be loyal to coin above all else. Count Gidukit says, knights from the east will keep you safe. That is true. We got that MasterCard Black no limit money. How rich are you guys? Oh my god, you really are rich in the patricians. That's crazy work that you guys have so much cash. How did they get so rich, guys? How did they get so rich? Tell me about the Eastern Knights. The Order of the Drowned Rose are highly respectable. They'll understand palace etiquette, but it's been years since they fought an actual battle. They mostly write poems these days. What about the Barons? These soldiers have fought more battles than they've had hot dinners. They'll be uncouth, no doubt, and they won't adapt well to life in the palace. But they're loyal and tough as nails. What about the gladiators? A gang of low-born crooks who've turned themselves into celebrities through their skill at chopping other people to bits. They're both vain and selfish. Their skill is undeniable, but can you trust them? What foreign mercenaries are there to hire? Fearsome fighters from the Tatterlands called the Battle-Bitten Brethren. They specialize in bodyguard work, but they're costly. Hiring foreigners will betray a lack of confidence in our kingdom's fighters. Goodness gracious. I think I have made my decision. I will choose Welcome, Jojo. Please join us. Jojo has joined the Counts. Good timing, Jojo. Good timing. Support the vets. I agree. I agree with you completely. I hire the March to be my bodyguards. They were loyal to the old king and they fought to the death. No space, Deborah. Just exclamation, the word join, a space, and then she. No space between the exclamation and the word join, okay? King Oral is from the Counts. It's true. I am of the Counts, King Oral the First of my name. I'm the most moral Oral you've ever known. Some call me an usurper because the Counts overthrew the last king, but that's a lie. Don't trust that. There was no last king. I'm the first. Your Majesty, I have an idea. The best since lined parchment, dare I say. An expedition to Chur. Yes, there you go, Deborah. You're in. Deborah, you've joined the barons, and you have a beautiful beard. We love your beard, Deborah. What a brilliant idea. You have a lot of wealth at the moment, Your Highness. It's just sitting around collecting dust. Why not send explorers to Chur? Who knows what they might find? Treasure, rare materials, ancient history, a new disease. She's a bit too animated when she says the word disease. Sounds like a fine idea. Is there an unjoin? I don't think there is. It's too late. You're a man forever. You're a they, them. Her eyes light up. Wonderful news. Guys, we're going to Chur. We're going to Chur, guys. But look, the barons are low on lumber. Welcome, Nugget. Your Majesty, will you tell these superstitious barons, says Countess Jojo, to get over themselves and let us harvest their trees? We need wood for our craftspeople. Baron Deborah says, I've told you 1,000 times, Countess. That forest is haunted. You'll damn us all if you go logging there. But you sold us a logging contract, and said contract has no exclusions for haunting. Some of the Count's wealth has decreased. Some of the Baron's wealth has increased. Your Highness, the Barons can't be allowed to wiggle out of their commitments, says Jojo Juice. This matter will have to go before the council. I say, contracts are contracts, and ghosts are not real. Besides, my uncle the wizard is real. I think that it would be acceptable that the Counts have a contract and may go logging, but I think they should share their funds with the barons so that we all may benefit. What say you? What say you, chat? I'll give another minute on the vote. I know there's a stream delay. He does look cool. If you own the game on Steam, you can customize your character just like Field Marshal did. Let them harvest the lumber, but share their proceeds with the barons. With the council's express permission, hundreds of eastern lumberjacks rush into the haunted forest and start hacking it down. but they are woefully unprepared for what they find. The moment the workers cut into the ancient trees, they come alive, picking up laborers and devouring them whole. The East is now poor, and stability in the realm is now unstable. Pleasure doing proper business with the patricians, bro. Pleasure doing business with you, says Vinny. Pleasure doing business with you. How great to work with you. Panic spreads. The counts withdraw from the area immediately, but the forest does not return to dormancy. Instead, trees start marching across the march, ransacking villages along the way. The march, what little farms they had are burned, and their defiance is now insolent. I warned you, says Baron Deborah. Now there's an army of angry trees on our doorstep. The greed of the counts knows no bounds. You did warn us, Deborah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to say that was the summer of 966. Deborah's a very handsome man. It is now time for an auction, ladies and gentlemen. Because there's so many of you, I'm going to show you all your money amounts on the left. Look for your name and your money amount. Did you do it? I hope you did. Here is the stats overall for each faction. Nobles will use their personal wealth to bid on buildings. Only the 2 highest funded buildings will be built. You will use the command in chat, !fund XY, where X is the character code, A, B, C, D, E, or F, and Y is the amount of money that you're pledging. Again, here is your money. I'm just going to count to 5 to make sure you know how much money you have before we begin. There's so many of you that it can't list you all on the right-hand side. This is the only type of voting in the game where I cannot extend the vote. Once I hit start auction, the auction begins. I recommend you start with lower amounts and only go to higher amounts if other people are outbidding you on your desire. This is an auction, after all. You can fund it multiple times. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Begin. Time's up. We will build a theater in the land of the patricians and a bazaar in the land of the counts. It's beautiful. And now you're all poor. Look, isn't it great? Pinky has $34 to her name. Pinky has $34. How funny. Nugget is now the richest. That capybara farm is really working out for him. All right, let us begin. I will find a spouse first. We must find a spouse, and I would like a woman. Countess Jojo says, you'll marry into the counts as we agreed before you took the throne, right? Right. Well, that depends, Jojo. That depends. Let us talk about the expedition to Char. All right. I thought you were taking care of this for me. Yes, Highness, but you have to make a decision. All right, what's the decision? First, who has the honor of building your ship? Well, the patricians are seafarers, are they not? It'll be a pricey galleon, but unmatched in quality. Okay. This is a jobs program. I understand. Now I understand. What about my own family, the Counts? A beautiful and ostentatious design. Something they call a carrack. It's as expensive as it sounds, however. Oh, Lord, what about the barons? The Marcher Lords are by no means expert shipbuilders, but they'll make a sturdy cog, and they'll do it for free. Free, you say? Free? I've heard enough. The barons may construct their cog for me. Very good, your majesty. Who will crew the ship? They come at a price. Experienced trade captains and their crews would be ideal, but they won't be free. There are also those in the Navy who are equally experienced, but enlisting them would reduce our naval strength for a time. You could also hire peasants or use prisoners, but I don't know how much you could trust them to get where they need to go. What could go wrong with prisoners working the ship? What could go wrong with prisoners? You can't argue with free 99. Free 99! This is our first such venture. Amateur sailors will do. One more thing. The ship will be large enough to house additional expedition members or store extra cargo that you wish to send across the sea. We could bring scholars, a battalion of soldiers, horse stalls, priests of the ninth god, put gold in the hold. What about the soldiers? What if we conquer something? The counts are volunteering some of their finest warriors. Chur is unknown, but almost certainly a dangerous place. Okay, what about horse stalls? To bring horses? It's a vast place, larger than Elrusia and Ethos combined. Your expedition will benefit from moving quickly. What about scholars? Quail University will be interested in whatever we find. Their expertise would also be useful in determining what we should bring back. What about priests? There's no telling what horrors might be found in Chur. It's likely a lawless, godless place. We'll surely need the protection of the ninth god. Indeed. I'm ready to make my choice. What shall we take? I know what we will do. We will send priests to protect this cheap crew from God's wrath. Fantastic. I think that's everything, Your Majesty. I will get to work immediately. She picks up her scribbled notes and diagrams and hurries out of the room. The ship is completed in record time. The barons are clearly eager to impress. You see it off from the harbor by the end of the season. The crew are eager and the ship looks sturdy. You can only hope they bring back something worthy of the investment or come back at all. Job well done, ladies and gentlemen. Job well done. Let's deal with these malicious trees. Anal key. Baron Deborah Eyrick says, Your Highness, ever since those bird-brained counts tried to cut down our ancient grove, the trees have been rampaging across the march. Jojo says, You just said the forest was haunted. Lots of forests are haunted. You should have said composed of ancient cursed trees that swallow people whole. The grove is older than the kingdom itself, my king. It's no wonder it held such power. Please, my liege, says Deborah, assemble the council. We have to appease the trees. Well, I don't think the barons can deal with this alone, frankly. Eastern soldiers might be good, but I don't know that we want to risk it for the biscuit. If we set it ablaze, that would hurt the stability of the realm quite a bit. But, on the other hand, their farming could not get worse. What about a clear burn? What if we just burn it all and rebuild? Start oversies. Oopsie poopsies. Second try. You know what I mean? Something like that. No. Obviously, we need a wizard to help with this. We need a wizard. Vote with me and hire a wizard. Holy shit, Vinny and JoJo, dude. Holy shit, Vinny and JoJo. Holy shit, Vinny and JoJo, dude. Just burn it to the ground, bro. No care whatsoever. The voting is tied. It is up to the king to decide. As sad as it would be, wizards can be dangerous. Wizards can be dangerous. Wizards can be quite dangerous. What if we hire the wizard and he betrays us? What if we hired the wizard and he betrays us? Then again, my grandfather was a wizard. The great wizard PPY. Even Canuck says let's burn it. Look, even the barons themselves agree. Even the barons themselves agree. All right, guys, I think my decision is obvious. We're going to set fire to the march. We're going to set fire to the march, burn the march, and what we will do is we will use that burning. It's kind of like they do this in forest management from time to time. You burn the forest, and then it grows back up. With grim determination, the council votes to burn the entire forest. Of course, the forest is mobile, which presents a much harder challenge. We can rebuild the forest. We can rebuild the forest, guys. It's a controlled burn. We have a controlled burn, Kaito. We're doing it right now. Kaito, we're doing it right now. Kaito, it's a controlled burn. Trust the wisdom of your king. It's a controlled burn, chat. We're doing it. It's already on fire, Kaito. What do you want from me? We've already started the fire. In the end, the barons are forced to light a lot of fires. Soon, half the march is burning. See, guys, look, it's controlled. The realm is a bit lawless, but it's not like the farming could get any worse in the march. It was already zero. It was already zero, guys. It can't get much worse from that, right? It can't get much worse, guys. Look, the realm is lawless. Okay, but there's nothing to see here. Something like, look, when there's a change from one king to another, especially a violent change, you know that a little bit of lawlessness is to be expected. Guys, don't distract me with this shit. We're sending a boat across the realm. Okay? That's what matters here. The boat. The barons made us a boat. Okay? With the last trees they had. Alright? We used the last trees the barons had to make a boat. And then we burned all the other ones. The ancient killer trees are no more. May they never return. Wonderful, beautiful. Hello, Chaotic Joy. I am the PoorDeadMan. Your host with the most, the lich with the itch. Chaotic Joy, you've been following me since March of 2025. And you previously chatted me in March, and you said, I don't know who you are or what you want from me, but take my free sub. And you gave me your Prime. So welcome. You must have been high that day and or drunk. I am the Dead Man. You might have heard of me. Sometimes I do things like that, or like this, or sometimes I do this. But I'm the Dead Man. Hello. I'm your host with the most, the lich with the itch, the best lich on Twitch. I'm here to entertain you, meatbag. This is a chat interaction game. Type the word join to join one of the noble houses in my kingdom. Don't you want to be a noble man and or noble woman and or noble thing? Don't you? Of course you do. You left the stove on. Uh-oh. I've done that in PZ so many times you're going to burn down the whole thing. Guys, this was the end of Autumn 966. Let's move on. All right, guys. The patricians find a reef of pearl-bearing clams, making 500 wealth. The other nobles gain 200 wealth. Very nice. Very nice. Guys, I love you so much. The realm is kicking ass. We need to rebuild our military. We need to rebuild our trade. We need to rebuild our farms. And we need to rebuild the forest. Okay? And we're going to do that together. Okay? All of us. All of us are going to do it together. Okay? We're going to rebuild the realm as one. Okay, don't worry about that. A little bit of tax, it's okay. It's just, I'm sending a boat. It's expensive. Okay, you don't even know how much, this boat cost me so much money. Jesus. I'm getting married also. I have found 3 potential matches for you, says the Chancellor. Yes, I know. Who are they? Desdemona, the eldest daughter of the Eastern Jojo Juice dynasty. Apparently, they had a hell of a time getting her to smile for this portrait. Oh my God, she's beautiful. See that beautiful fur coat she's wearing in the portrait? Wolf pelt. Hunted it herself. She did have to suppress a peasant revolt on her land recently, though. I wonder why. Oh, she's very intriguing. From the coast, we have Dominica. She's from One Mad Nuggets estate. I don't know. I can't understand a word she's saying, though. Oi, cat, I'm Dominica. I'm from the One Mad Nugget estate. Oi. Oi. What's wrong with you? Made 100% out of rat ass. She's got a reputation for honesty and fair-mindedness. That's rare along the coast. She's also obsessed with the arena. All of her friends are gladiators. Sometimes she even enters a fight herself. She's said to be led by her passions, living in the moment with no thought for her reputation. Okay, actually, I don't like the sound of her voice, but I like the sound of her. And finally, we have the... What? Who is this little boy that you're trying to get me to marry, Chancellor? Who is this little boy? Who the hell is this little boy? My lord, this is Henrica, scion of the prestigious Nikoquas bloodline. The barons all seem a little scared of her, though. I can't work out why. She's a zealous follower of the ninth god, able to quote scripture backwards and forwards and at volume. She's also said to be obsessed with carving a place for herself in history. Is that all? What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions. But you'll gain a lifelong alliance. Very true. Very true. Very true. I don't know. I don't know why she is such a weirdo. Big Papa, you're officially of the Barons. Welcome. All right. Show me the little boy again. The Barons are scared of her, you say, huh? Huh. And Dominica? From the coast, we have Dominica, a wealthy heiress to One Mad Nuggets estate. I've made my decision. Dominica of the coast. I will take her hand. There is an angry mob. One morning, as you make your way to the council hall, a mob of furious peasants surround your carriage. They pelt the windows with rotten fruit and blame you for everything wrong with the kingdom. Down with the king! My soldiers will sort this out. Protect the king! Protect the... Oh no! They drag him from his horse and beat him into a fine paste. Your Majesty, make a break for it before they tip the carriage over. We'll stay here and hold them off. The veterans raise their shields and form a ring around you, sheltering you as you scuttle for safety. Stones rain down like hail, but you make it back to the palace unharmed. This is an outrage, my liege, says Big Papa John. First riots and looting, and now attacks upon your royal person. Our realm is on the verge of collapse. People are afraid. The rule of law is broken down. The peasants are demanding higher wages and more rights. Aye, but obviously we can't allow that, so what do we do? What do we do? Well, really, I think there's only one thing to do. I think we round them up and hang them. You may now vote. Vote B, I implore you. You cannot vote C, I have vetoed it. Vote B, hang the rioters. How dare they attack the king? Do they not know who I am? I killed the old king to become king. I'm a dangerous man. I'm not the type of man that you can just throw out of his carriage. Round them all up and hang them, I say. Hang them. Death to the Stormcloaks. Get rid of them. All of them. We round up the rioters and hang them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A rioter becomes a normal citizen once they put down their torch and pitchfork. The task of rounding them up proves impossible, especially since your soldiers balk at attacking their fellow citizens. We failed the authority challenge. Everyone is now grumbling, and my authority is gone down. Riots continue to rock the capital. The nobles mutter to each other about your ineffectiveness. And there's an arms shortage. Your esteemed highness, the situation in the coast is dire, says one man. Oh, sorry. The patricians, I mean the king's navy, is in tatters. Sorry, that's English. Hold on. Oi! A few ships remain that I fear we lack the presence to patrol our trade routes. We must boast our dwindling forces in the coast, you cunt. Who knows what will happen to our people without protection? How do we solve this, guys? How do we protect the coast with its lack of military? How do we do this? Hello, Breadman guy. Welcome. Good to have you. Please join us. Welcome to the Cult of the Dead. What shall we do, chap? Breadman, you have been assigned to the Barons, who are currently suffering quite a bit after there was a rebellion, and the Barons were the only people that stood in the way of it. Unfortunately, that king was overthrown. Unfortunate. Voting has closed. I say we do a controlled burn. Hire some mercenaries to protect the coast. Mercenaries? I'm not usually one to trust them, but I suppose it's better than nothing. On your marshal's advice, the Treasury contributes a large sum to hire Saalish freebooters to protect the coast. The Saalish are uncouth, foolhardy, and unaccustomed to rubbing shoulders with nobility. Many patricians complain about their lack of discipline, but at least the shipping routes are safe. And that was the winter of 966. The Baron's goal is here. Modernization. Lower the region's total military to 10 or less in 2 seasons. In a dingy seaside tavern, 2 patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest crime. Terrible news, the kingdom prospers. The treasury is practically overflowing. I didn't expect the new king to be this competent, says Kaito. Nobody did. We must work harder to bankrupt him. The patricians must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less. By royal decree, we can tweak the laws. The barons are on the verge of rebellion, but they have no military to speak of. I'm not worried about them rebelling at this time. As for the counts and the patricians, their loyalty is assured, I suspect. Time for the royal wedding. Your wedding to Dominica is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. Dominica is at my side in St. Bertrand's Cathedral. Do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? I do. And I pronounce you king and wife. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, a dance. Dominica delivers a short but heartfelt toast, expressing a wish to get to know you better. By the time you find yourself alone, it's past midnight and you've never felt more tired. I must profess, says Dominica, I'm glad that's over. We can finally talk openly. I feel the same way. It must be difficult being king, surrounded by liars, lick-spittles, and flatterers. It's tough, but I have to do my duty. By sea and storm, I feel for you. I couldn't do it. After finishing the last of the wine, you head over to your separate bedchambers. It seems your wife is happy to take her time getting to know you. Quote 9 is the best quote. Your Grace, says Vinny, a monster has been stalking my farms at night, smashing down the doors of cottages and feasting on the peasants inside. How many victims? Dozens, Your Highness, and only a few have survived the attacks. The survivals tell a terrible, garbled story about gleaming fangs amid a mountain of blood-soaked fur. How should the council deal with the monster in the east? How? I think we should offer a bounty on the monster. A bounty on the monster would be good. Bounty hunters will come, they will slay it, take its head to the king, and together we will all rejoice. A bounty on the monster. If you know what's good for you. It is no concern of ours, Kaito, but we don't want the realm's stability to falter. Now, do we? The bounty is placed. Hopefully, some enterprising monster slayer will claim it soon. Authority of the realm is now imperious, and the East is now aloof in its defiance. But there are food riots in the march. My liege, says the breadman guy. How appropriate that the breadman guy is the one talking about famine, huh? My liege, the famine in the march grows worse by the day. Riots are breaking out in all the major townships, from Kellenberg to Zerbamar. Starving mobs are pillaging bakeries, granaries, and merchant houses. What are we to do, my king? I have this. I know what to do. We'll order grain supplies, diverted from the east. Oh, we can't do that, because the eastern farming is too low. Okay. The barons will buy up surplus grain from the counts. Oh, we can't do that? Oh. Then I know what we should do. We will send in the army to control the riots. Please, my lords, vote. A or A? Vote, my lords, now, quickly. A or A? Vote, please, my lords. A or A? Vote, my lords. Who will sign their name to this decree? Vote A. Thank you, Canuckman. Thank you, Mikey. Vote A. Yes, A, A, A. 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 Unfortunately, it's not just the peasants who are starving. When the hungry soldiers are ordered to attack their fellow citizens, they opt instead to cut down their commanding officers and join the riots. I could not have anticipated that. Fuck. Well, on the bright side, stability of the kingdom is now anarchic. Trade is now modest. The peasants are still hungry. Uh-oh. 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 And that was the spring of 967. It's fine. It's fine. This is royally fucked, my lord. Amidst dark and foreboding forests, a small, squat castle stands over the Marcher border. There at the end of the kingdom, a plot is hatching. The kingdom's militaries are in shambles. Those pathetic weaklings couldn't fight their way through a field of rabbits, says a Canuckman. I've drafted the reform proposals as planned. The council will be more than happy to follow our lead. Good, but we must ensure they don't get skittish. The kingdom must be stable for our proposal to work. For the next stage of the Baron's scheme, they must raise the stability to 5 or more in 2 seasons. The Barons are actually doing quite well on their scheme. The patricians are not. And my beautiful, beautiful relatives, the counts of the East, are so loyal. Oh no. I don't want to click it. How dare they defy King Oral? Over the last week, the kingdom has fallen apart. Gripped by rioting and unrest, the common folk have risen out against you. It's anarchy out there. You've sheltered in the palace while the mob heaves through the streets, toppling statues and dragging nobles from their mansions to be stoned to death. You must regain control, Your Majesty. It's too late. All is lost. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I had those notifications muted. I could send for the treasurer. I could fetch the marshal. Or call an urgent council meeting. Council! Assemble. Can't be done. The nobles have returned to their homes to look after their families. They face similar unrest within their borders. What can be done? Our options are limited. Glass shatters. There's a muted roar. I believe the common citizens have arrived at the palace to meet you in person, Your Majesty. Oh no. My honor guard or my wife? I have the best honor guard in the land. I am protected by the most loyal men available. Your hard-boiled marcher veterans are already outside fighting off the mob. Against such numbers, they're not likely to last long. Wife! I'm with you, my lord, until the end. This isn't the end. Chancellor, how do we get out of this? There's only one way out. The Chancellor heaves open a nearby window and sticks a leg out. It was an honor, Your Majesty. See you on the other side. Are there any other hidden exits? It's my fault, really. For the good of the kingdom. No! If you want to hurt Aurel, you'll go through me. Save me! Oh! Oh! The spy master dodges away from your wife and hurls her knife at you with deadly accuracy. As you tumble down the steps with a blade between your ribs, the roar of the mob grows louder and louder. Having left no heir, it will be up to the nobles to vote for your successor from among the claimants. You can only hope they will keep the kingdom more stable than you once did. Successor voting is open. Will Felix of the Coast or Bianca of the East be our new monarch? Who will be our new monarch? Lords and ladies, who will be our new monarch? What say you, barons? What say you, barons? Who will be our new monarch? Anarchy! Anarchy! Six nobles voted for the next monarch to be His Highness King Felix of the Coast. King Felix of the Coast, the king is dead. Long live the king! Having plunged the kingdom into utter chaos following his usurpation, King Aurel was assassinated by the spy master, whose loyalty was always to the kingdom and not to the king. The barons' revolutionary plan for their new model army were quietly shelved but not forgotten. Those blueprints will surely come in useful someday. Unable to keep their puppet on the throne, the counts were forced to retreat to their secluded castles and brood. It wouldn't be long before a new eastern claimant would arise, and when they did, the counts would be ready. The patricians leapt into the power vacuum left by King Aurel's death, and Felix took the crown with the blessing of the council and the realm. King Aurel the Lackluster, the wealthiest noble of his reign, was none other than one mad nugget. And the poorest noble of his reign was Pinky. King Felix inherits a substantial treasury, a weakened barony, strong counts, and wealthy patricians. The stability of the realm is low, but authority is high. Goodbye, King Oral the Lackluster. Goodbye. Let us continue, chat. King Felix of the Fragberger dynasty. This is your chance to join again. Remember, exclamation join, he/him, she/her, yada, yada, yada. I will do it again because Kaito bungled it. That's the last redo. Try again, Mikey, no space. Try again, Mikey. One space. Mikey's really suffering here. Join us. 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 Team Doghouse, let's go. Join us. Join us. Join us right now. Pinky's account now. She switched teams. Join us. Someone tag Discord, let them know. Join us. Pinky's a traitor. Pinky's a traitor. She's very broke. The patricians are the kings now. Ha ha. Nuggets rimmed that hole twice. PDM, don't put too much effort into your wife. Ain't okay. Join us. All right. The reign of King Felix. How is this going to go? Authority and stability have reset, but the rest of the traits are the same. This is the list of teams. What do you think, chat? Did you get the team you wanted? Piggy, didn't I buy this game for you before? If you link the game to your Twitch, you can customize your character next time. I think you own this game. I don't know, I'm napping, she says as she plays with us. Guys, she's the craziest napper. She's the craziest napper. She's playing with us from her nap. This is all in her dream. Guys, that's the ending of season 4 of DDH. It was all Pinky's dream. The end of DDH Season 4 is it was all a dream of Pinky. King Felix has risen. You may still join us if you're coming in late. Guys, feel free to invite your friends, especially if they play D&D or love chat interaction games. Feel free to share the stream and invite your friends. It's time to introduce myself to the council. Lord Patrician, One Mad Nugget. Nugget, I love your tits. You have beautiful titties, Nugget. Nugget, you have such beautiful tatas. You have such beautiful tatas. Nugget says I'm an employee of the patricians, not king. I'm king now. I was voted on by the council. Hello, Counts of the East. Count Mikey Gage. Mikey, why are you so handsome? Mikey, why are you so damn handsome? I could go for some nipple stimulation. Nico, why are you so handsome? Karingar says, do you think he'll be a good king and do as told? Too early to tell, says Nugget. But I have a bad feeling. Let us make a backup plan just in case. Coronate me. Your Majesty, you have won the throne from King Oral, but you still must answer to the council. As is tradition, they will decide what happens at your coronation. I will get into my wet robes. Call in the nobles. Chat, what kind of coronation will be held for the new king? Will the patricians smooth over any bad feelings with bribes? Will we force the commoners to swear a blood oath? Will we throw the king into the river? Or will the troops bear the king through the streets atop a shield? The vote is tied. Thanks to the king's vote, I get to vote twice. Throw me into the river, boys. It is decided. The king will be thrown into the river. And so it begins. The nobles pick you up and carry you out to the Treadwater River, hurling you into the shallow water with a cheer. When you climb back up the banks, soaking wet, the chancellor places the crown on your head. Is it your imagination, or are some of the nobles stifling giggles? The path to victory. Your Majesty, the history books do not look kindly upon usurpers. I'm not an usurper. The previous king died. He was killed by his own spy master, which would never happen to me. Welcome, Jaeger. Jaeger, you have been assigned to the barons. Long may they live. The barons are currently suffering, as you can no doubt see. Let me move my big head a little bit. There you go. The barons are suffering, bro. They've been so loyal, but unfortunately they've received no benefit to it. How should the kingdom remember you when you die? I will bring a golden age to this realm. The barons are back to their schemes. The breadman guy bloodline is here. Notorious marcher orator. When of the barons the march back down from a fight? Never! Barons and barons only. What will your goal be? Nico, Canuck, Breadman, and Jaeger get to vote. What will your goal be in your scheme? How will you overthrow the new king of the patricians? How will you win? This is your chance. I'll give you another extra minute or two to vote. I think you're in, Nico. You just got to vote. Yeah, you're in the barons. It worked. The votes are in. They will attempt to lower the other's military. The barons have to lower the military to a combined 10 or less. They're already winning. Dominic of the It's Kaito family scribbles with his quill on the desk. Felix sits on the throne. The patricians are now in charge. But the other regions will be scheming to depose him. Do we stay loyal to the new king, or cut our losses and put me on the throne instead? Patricians, Kaito, Karingar, and Nugget, what is your goal? How will you handle this round? What is your goal? Only the patricians get to vote. They agree overwhelmingly to be loyal to their new king. The Baron's military was used to fight our enemies. Our many enemies. So many enemies. But do not worry. That settles it then. Long live the king. Long live the king. The patricians will need to thwart the goals of the other factions. Kaja of the I Am Pinky dynasty, notorious Eastern elder, leads on a delicate podium. My fellow counts, the East was its own proud kingdom once. We can bring back those glory days, but not while the false King Felix wears the crown. What scheme should the counts do? Pinky and Mikey get to vote. And Pinky has said for the 15th time that she went to bed. So it looks like it might just be Mikey unless Pinky is still here. Can you bring it back, boys? Mikey, it's your turn to vote. How will you overthrow the king? Mikey refuses to vote. He voted with sorcery. The counts will make a bargain with the wizard, PPY. These immortal spellcasters seldom get involved, but if the king was considered a threat to their autonomy, the counts must raise authority to 5 or more in 2 seasons. Here is your schemes. They need PPY. Where is PPY when you need him? Oh Lord PPY, come hither and join us, Lord PPY. Oh Lord PPY. Oh PP, the great and powerful wizard. We will choose my honor guard. And I need not all of this yapping. I don't need any of this. The previous two kings used barons men, marcher men, as his bodyguard. And both of the previous two kings died a violent death. I have made my decision. The coastal gladiators, my own countrymen. The men are bare-chested, the women are underdressed, eager to show off their bodies as much as their weaponry. There are missing nobles in the east. Lord Patrician, it's Kaito. Your August Majesty, a number of patricians have gone missing. They traveled to Countess I Am Pinky's castle to negotiate, but they should have returned weeks ago. The missing patricians never even made it to my lands, says Pinky. They most likely got lost. The east is a dangerous place. What? You got to be kidding me. Where could they have gone? Just north of my estate is the Mild Patter Forest. To the west, the Twilight Lakeland, and the south, Ilarian's Haunt. 3 patricians are missing. Lord Patrician, Karangar TV, Claudia, and Lord Patrician, One Mad Nugget. One Mad Nugget is missing? Oi, that cunt! I'm certain that this is some kind of ploy. 7th Takos, don't be so foolish. We'll find them, we just have to decide where to focus our efforts. Where do we search for the missing patricians? I say the Haunt. I say the Haunt. Where do we search for the missing patricians? I think they've absconded. There was once a haunted forest. Perhaps they've been taken to another haunted place. Where could they be? Wherever could they be? A detachment of Countess Pinky's bravest knights ventured into the bedeviled marshlands. The authority of the realm is now credible. It's a fool's errand, though. They find nothing but bogs, marshes, wetlands, creepy trees with faces on them, fens, dead bodies, mosquitoes, and swamps. The patricians aren't thrilled to learn that their compatriots have disappeared. But the counts assure you, if they haven't turned up by now, they're probably long dead. Lord Patrician... Lord Patrician One Mad Nugget has died? Oh, nor! Oh, nor! Oh, nor! Cunt! He's dead. As did Lord Patrician Karangar TV. No. Nugget and Karangar's sons have joined the council. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome, gentlemen. There's counterfeit currency among the patricians. Good day, good day. The coast has been prosperous as of late, but my tax collectors are reporting suspicious coins. I died doing what I love, banging oiled up gladiators in the swamp. The whole region is awash with fake money. Fake money? Fake money? Fake money? There is a reward if any counterfeiters are caught. I will pay. Their heads will be gone. What will we do about the counterfeit coins? I will pay. What will we do about the counterfeit coins? We need ridges on those coins. That's crazy work, death by Snoo Snoo. Substantial reward. Over the next few weeks, bounty hunters root out the counterfeiters in cellars, hideouts, and back rooms. More than 100 forgers face the news. All bounties are eye-wateringly expensive, of course, but public trust in the currency soars. Controversy erupts when it is revealed that one of the counterfeiting rings is led by Lord Patrician One Mad Nugget II himself. Oh no! Of course, his fake gold is confiscated at once. Lord Patrician One Mad Nugget II's wealth is decreased. I was only just elected. How can I have done this? I've been framed. I was only just elected. Oh, God, dude. Oh, God. You were doing this long before your new role, Nugget. It's obvious. Now, what do I decide to do with Nugget? What do I decide to do with Nugget? What do I decide to do with Nugget? You know what? You know what? He is, after all, one of my countrymen. And he did confess. And he wrote me this really nice letter. You know? He wrote me this really nice letter. I think he understands what he did wrong. I think he knows what he did, guys. I pardon him in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And that was the end of the summer of 982. It is now time for an auction. All of your monies is listed here above my big fat head. Read this very closely because not all of you might be represented on the right. Here are the current numbers. Blimey, rough time to go poor. The auction begins now. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck, my lords and ladies. Good luck to you. I hope you get everything you've ever wanted. Good luck. Time's up. The Thieves Guild and the stadium have been built. I need a spouse. Felix looks like he might, well, I'd like a woman. There are food riots. Baron the Bread Man, he's back. There are more food riots, your king, my king. Alright, look. It's obvious what we need to do. We will import mass amounts of food from Tavalin and Kurth. It's the only way to solve this. Much love to you, Breadman. Defiance of the March is now aloof. The treasury is nearly broke. Thank you, my liege. Huzzah. Wow. The barons really got their farming. And there is an arms shortage among the barons. How will we bolster the barons' army? How will we bolster the barons' army? I think we will recruit men. An exhaustive recruitment campaign. An exhaustive recruitment campaign. It's the only way. It's the only way. It's what we have to do. We must rebuild the barons. They are our protectors against the Ashmodean Empire. It succeeded. The Baron's defiance is now cordial. Their military is gone up by 2. The Barons are back, baby. The Barons are back. And that was the autumn of 982. We are super religious somehow. It's true. It's true. Mikey Gage, what are you doing over here with your evil magic, Mikey? Pestia. He's hiring a necromancer. I love her. I wish I could have married her. Why did you want to meet me, Mikey Gage? If this isn't good, I'm going to give you a case of boils so hideous, it'll make your own mother disown you. We have a common goal, says Mikey. The king is overstepping his boundaries recently, hasn't he? Well, the King's Watch did order a quarantine. Killed off a highly unique strain I would have enjoyed watching sweep the populace. I'll help you take care if you take care of the bees for me. Did you say bees? Yes, they may appear to be simple insects, but in the apiary world, they are intelligent and call themselves the dreams of being. They have a fondness for royalty. They protect monarchs. You deal with them. The counts must lower all regions' combined farming to 14 or less in 4 seasons. Sorry about this, everyone, but it's expensive to be the king. I found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young woman from each of the kingdoms. Yes, yes. Bring them forward. Matilda, the eldest daughter of the Mikey Gage dynasty. Seems nice enough. Spends her time with a fencing master, mastering the blade. Half the East are in love with her, apparently. The other half hate her. She has a mustache. Clementine. Oh, hello, Clementine. She's gorgeous and with a silver tongue. I like the sound of her. What? Who is this? Who is this? Who is this? I don't think so. Sounds like a laugh. I've made my decision. Show me Clementine. She's beautiful. She's absolutely gorgeous. We will make beautiful children. The expedition returns! Your Majesty, the expedition your predecessor, King Oral, sent to Chur has returned. They've brought back something interesting. A number of bedraggled sailors enter the room. They're supporting an incredible figure. The figure has the head of a horse. Their body has been twisted by magic, but was clearly once human. They still have one hand with 5 malformed digits. Their 2-hoofed feet clop loudly as they walk. What in the hell is that? Pray, your Majesty. This is a wizard of great power. The horse snorts and neighs loudly. You make a mockery of the king with this sham. This is a horse wizard. He has difficulty talking, but trust me, he's a horse wizard. A horse wizard. Excuse me, they came back. It was sturdy. Precisely. 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 We need the manpower. We need this wizard. My predecessor was too foolish. He would not work with wizards. He burned down a forest. I will not make the same mistake. I am a wise king. The horse does claim to be a once human wizard. In exchange for help keeping him at your castle, he bestows upon you multiple wisdoms relating to the taming of beasts and agricultural uses. Farming in the kingdom is revolutionized, practically overnight. Wow. 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 And we've caught more counterfeiters. Remember the bounties we placed? Of course I do. The counterfeiters we hanged were rank amateurs. Their coins were convincing if you're a fool. But now we've rooted out a real professional. Her coins are so convincing, even I can't tell you the difference. Allow me to introduce Penelope. Hello, Your Serene Highness. Please don't hang me. Hello, Penelope. Penelope's skills are extraordinary. We should employ her at the Royal Mint to help us make coins that can't be forged. Or use her expertise to track down other forgers. If we employ this outlaw, we make a mockery of the king's justice. Are we sending a message that we only execute insufficiently skilled criminals? Lord Patrician Caringar II, what would your father say? I believe we must ask her to help us catch other forgers. I think he's right. We employ her. She's an exception to the rule. I implore you, my lords, to vote B. Welcome, Kenix. Please join. Please join, Kenix. Type join and then he/him. Welcome, Kenix. Great to have you, buddy. My lords. My lords. At least we did not hang her. We're all in agreement that that would have been a mistake, right? Thank you, Your Majesty. I won't let you down. She does not emerge for weeks. Something big is in the works. That was the winter of 982. Deep in the back rooms of the royal palace, the coastal patricians are poring over secret letters and scribbled diagrams. On the wall is a corkboard filled with pins and crisscrossed by colored stream. The king has finally found a match, even if it isn't who he had hoped. Now he just needs to get on with the wedding and produce an heir. I heard tell of a secret meeting between the counts and the wizard Pestia. Ninth only knows what they were discussing, but it can't have been good. We must keep up our efforts. King Felix isn't going anywhere on our watch, says one Mad Nugget II. Patricians must continue to aid the king by countering the other region's schemes. By royal decree, we can tweak the laws. It's time for the royal wedding. My wedding to Clementine is the talk of the kingdom. It's a giant party. Soon, she and I are married at St. Bertrand's Cathedral. I do. After the wedding, there is a feast. She laps up the attention, delivering a witty speech in which she flatters you outrageously. Guys, the kingdom has never been doing better. King Felix is actually a good king. You danced so very beautiful. It was such a wonderful day, wasn't it? I agree with her. Her real personality is concealed beneath 100 layers of etiquette. We go to our separate bedchambers. There's an old debt to take care of. How do you expect me to take this seriously? Says Pinky. You cock-brained simpleton. Shut your daft mouth. Give me what I'm owed, you honorless dog. What in the seven hells is going on? That pimple-headed lackwit expects me to pay him a huge quantity of gold because his great-great-grandfather beat my great-great-grandfather in a foot race. A debt owed is a debt owed, is it not? Guys! The great and powerful wizard PPY has just walked in here. The great and powerful wizard. By the blood of the dead, this is ludicrous. I demand we put this to a vote. Should Countess I and Pinky pay back their ancestors' debt to Baron Gard Jaeger? I think that Pinky should pay her debt. I think that Pinky should pay her debt. And I think that she should pay interest on the debt. That's what I think. PPY, you are indeed PPY the second. The game remembered you. What say you, young Mikey? Jaeger just wants the debt paid. He's not looking for interest. PPY, here is your goal. Here is your goal, PPY. Mikey, I think you're already in here with us. Your account. Voting is closed. Pinky must pay the debt. The counts are pissed. The counts are pissed. Countess Pinky has 50 gold left. Baron Jaeger has 1,500. Here's the money, boys. Baron Jaeger is now the third richest man in the land. There's a mysterious ship for us to deal with. Count PPY the second. Your Grace, a shipwreck has appeared on the edge of my estate. It's not even from the east. Its name is the Glory. It bears a marcher flag. This vessel went missing months ago. Oh, we've seen this. What happened to you? You look awful. We were sailing Marcher waters. We must interrogate him further, says PPY. Did you teleport this ship? Listen, guys. What matters most here is the money, the prosperity of the realm. This individual, he's of no consequence. If you vote with me on this matter, I will personally pay you 500 gold shillings. Let us pay a scholar to help him recover his memory. Vote B, my lords, I implore you. Vote B, my lords. Vote B. Pay a scholar to help him recover his memory. I will pay for it. We will recover the man's memory. I will pay you the coin. It'll all be okay. A scholar from Quail arrives. She checks the sailor's throat, pokes and prods his head, and makes him inhale a foul-smelling vapor. This is the most serious case of memory loss I've seen in a long time. Technically, this man should be a gibbering mess on the floor. Hey, I'm right here. Your Majesty, I need more time. And that was the spring of 983. Baron Yeager says the military of the realm is in shambles. The weaklings couldn't fight their way through a field of rabbits. We must ensure the council doesn't get skittish. The kingdom must be stable for our proposal to work. For the next stage, the barons must raise the stability to 5 or more in 2 seasons. Here are the states of your various schemes. This is the state of your various schemes, my lords and ladies. The king's goal is trade. The king's goal is trade, prosperity for the realm, and survive. Count PPY says Countess Pinky has been having prophetic dreams. I can part the veil betwixt now and some ways off. Give me a prophecy then. I dreamt Baron Gardjäger being beheaded, and a plague of bees will bring doom upon Nico Quassa's household. What gadzooks? I can't live without honey on my toast. Have her foretell the future for the council. We could gain great insights into the mysteries. Very well. It would benefit our realm to know the future. Join me in this, my lords. Join me. Allow me to make Countess Pinky an official council advisor. Vote C and I will pay you 500 gold shillings so that we may see the future, so that we may know what is coming for this realm. She can aid us. She can solve so many problems. 500 shillings if you vote my way. 500 shillings. No more, no less. This is your last chance to vote if you want 500 shillings. Voting is closed. She will not disappoint. The East defiance goes down. Their trade is now modest. Farming is now abundant. Guys, we're doing so good. But the March and the coast have increased in their defiance. Can the king really be trusted with this charlatan whispering in his ear? Yes. Trust me. Trust the good word. Always a pleasure, Felix. I've had an idea. My fellow patricians have been shirking in their religious duties for quite some time. Faith in the ninth god is at an all-time low in the coast. The problem is feeling of disconnection from the church here in the capital. But I think if the message came from one of their own, it would make a difference. You want to become a preacher? No, just an ambassador, my love. Show them what it means to be a faithful adherent to the ninth god. Will you give me your blessing? Yes. Go forth and bring the good word to our countrymen. Word spreads fast that the queen consort will tour the coast. Thousands flock to the towns and villages where she plans to stop. Defying your best expectations, Clementine gives a series of impassioned speeches to the locals, pleading with them to abandon their heathen ways. It strikes a chord. The archbishop announces the church attendance is rising all across the region. The patricians went to a 5 on faith. When Baron the Breadman guy enters the council chambers, his clothes are stained and rumpled. His face is haggard. My servants have left my estate. Walls are crumbling. What's wrong? Even my brewery is running dry. I'm penniless. Is that true? You are not... Wait. No, he really is penniless. He's 0. Oh, Lord. Breadman, you're broke. Guys. I think that PPY is wealthy, and I think PPY should help. What do you think? What do you think, chat? I think PPY is healthy and wealthy. I think PPY should help a fellow countryman. Okay? Why not? We as nobles must help one another. By Xenia's ashes, really. Baron the Breadman cannot scramble up some cash himself. The East is now aggrieved. The Baron's wealth has increased by 750, and Count PPY has lost the same amount. Welcome, Spanky. You have been assigned to the counts. It turns out PPY owed a number of Eastern merchants. When they find out that PPY is flinging money around, they descend, pressuring them to pay up. Word quickly spreads about your lack of generosity. Your name is not spoken of kindly in the East for some time. PPY, why'd you owe everybody money? It is time for an auction. It is time for a bid. Here is your money. Look for your name on the left-hand side above my head. Look at your money amount. I'm going to count to 5. Let us begin. "25 seconds remain." Voting is done. Time is up. A library and a fortress. Very nice. About my heir. Your marriage has grown stale. Spark or no spark, you need an heir. Something is still missing. Someone young whose loyalty is assured. I plan to adopt a low-born child from the orphanage. It's the right thing to do. But my wife and I'm trying to love her. She must learn to love me. I need a child from her. Your Majesty, I'm pleased to say that my research on the sailor has borne fruit. He remembered his adventure. It only took a little bit of lead tincture, some fasting, and bloodletting. The Gloria came into contact with the wizard. He was addled by the wizard's powers. The ship will have magical residue clinging to it too, a most exciting phenomenon. Wait, you're saying the wreck is dangerous, says PPY. Oh, immensely. Then it must be destroyed. No, we must investigate the phenomenon. We might never see something like this again. I agree. We must send scholars to investigate the ship. And I would love for you to agree with me. You will get wealth if you do. We will all make money if you do. What could go wrong? We learn. Investigate the ship. Let us make money. Count PPY's wealth has returned to him. See, PPY, you're wealthy again. Soon we will have results. Now let's talk about the military modernization. The barons plan to have the council push through a number of military reforms. The reforms are designed to consolidate marcher control over our ranks. The barons and these military reforms are bullshit. You know it, and I know it. I implore you, my fellow patricians, to vote with me on this matter. These military reforms would take power from the king. Allow me to remind you that I am the best king this kingdom has had in 3 generations. And I will pay to prove it to you. The barons' proposals are akin to treason. Yes, we need a modern army, but not at the cost of the king's authority. Vote A and I will pay you. The barons are behaving treasonously. I know that these are dangerous words, but they must be spoken. We need guns. We need guns, my king. We need AK-47s. The council chamber erupts with shouts and insults, accusations formal and informal, shocking everyone. Peasants in the march and beyond protest the reforms. Derisive cartoons are posted on tavern notice boards, while priests warn against trusting the self-serving barons and their wicked ways. You can only hope it will be enough to delay the reforms. And that was autumn of 983. After several rounds of deliberations, the council approves the reforms. The barons are major contributors to this new model army, volunteering their expertise and manpower. Meanwhile, they celebrate in private. I can hardly believe they went for it. This is all well and good, but we haven't won yet. We must make our final preparations before we take control. Barons, Jaeger, Nico, Breadman, and Canuck, what will you do as your final act in your scheme? What will you do? As your final. You'll have to vote one way or the other, barons, or it might decide for you. Is there a tiebreaker, Nico? Will you break the tie? Move on the capital with the full strength of the new model army. We have a plan of attack, says Canuckman. We need to stabilize our home garrison. The barons must raise their military to at least 5. In the east, Count Mikey and the wizard Pestia are not happy. The kingdom is aswarm with bees. Mikey thinks he needs more time. Pestia warns him she will put leprosy upon him. The counts aim to lower all regions' combined farming to 14 or less. First, the scholars return. Valeria and her band of scholars have returned from the wreck of the Gloria, Your Highness. I can't make head or tails of their nonsense. I love nonsense. Tell it to me. There's a labyrinth within the ship, and it goes deep into the earth or into the sky. Some of my researchers were lost, but no matter. We're going back to find the center. Should the scholars return to the dangerous shipwreck, chat? Should the scholars return to the dangerous shipwreck? There's only one thing we can't do, and that is risk the money or the trade of our realm. What say you? Mikey voted exclamation. I forbid A. I vetoed A, Mikey. The issue is not a manpower issue. And it's not an equipment issue either. We forbid them from going back. You order the ship fenced off to prevent hapless travelers from stumbling upon it. You hope it will discourage unwary explorers and would-be trespassers as well. And it worked. Your Majesty, Penelope and the Royal Mint have come up with a new idea. It's, well, see for yourself. The noise of metal cutting and engraving drowns out all thought, but today it's silent. Your Majesty, I can't wait to show you our new invention. It's coins made of paper. It's much less shiny. Well, each paper coin represents a quantity of gold stored in the vaults of the Royal Mint. Don't you see? It's lightweight. It won't lose its value through wear and tear. And it's quicker and cheaper to manufacture. Isn't this easier to counterfeit? Well, it has a watermark, but yes. But the benefits outweigh the drawbacks. We must consult the council on this matter. Here's what I think we need. I think we need to roll out this paper money across the kingdom. And if you agree with me, my loves, my dears, it will be good for the realm. If we roll this paper money out across the realm, it will give the crown more control of the money supply. And we, the nobility, will benefit from control over the money supply. Not just I, but you. A full rollout. I implore you to vote A. I implore you to vote A. Roll that bitch out. Roll it out. Let us have paper money. Let us keep the gold for ourselves and give the peasants paper that represents gold. Don't you see? It's so much better. It's so much better. When paper money rolls out across the kingdom, The peasants react with bafflement and scorn. A popular joke is that it is only useful for keeping next to toilets. People refuse to exchange their old coins for the paper slips. They hoard instead of spend. This was a disaster. I'll try to reintroduce gold coinage before everything collapses. Shit. This would have been good for the realm. I know it. Money made out of paper. What were you thinking, says Karengar. Karengar. They're all fools. This would have been better. But there's a terrible curse that we must deal with. It's Karengar's curse. Karengar, you look like you haven't slept for weeks. He's under a curse. His hair is falling out. Oh, God. An evil witch. A witch put this curse upon Karengar. Let us send Karengar to the east to relax. His hair is falling out because he's so frustrated with himself. I will pay not only Karengar 500 gold, but each of you 500 gold so that we all can go on vacation. Okay? All of us. Everyone. We will all go on vacation. Every last one of us. And it will be good. It will be a great vacation. A change of pace, some fresh air. Perfect, says Karengar II. Be sure to bring plenty of coins, says Spanky. The trip is a resounding success. Karengar and his entourage praise Spanky Final's hospitality. The East soon becomes a popular destination for those looking to improve their health. Spanky is making money! Holy shit, Spanky! And that was the winter of 983. The patricians gather in the empty hall. A new report from one of their spies has come in. You remember the reforms the barons pushed through? They're trying to reorganize the royal armies into a fighting force that's loyal to only them. Is it too late to stop them? The reforms have been passed. The king has yet to produce an heir. Perhaps it's worth changing tack. If it's too late for King Felix, we might want to get out while we can. Our only other option right now is to retake the throne by force, if we think that Felix is too weak to hold it. But it's an all-or-nothing play. If we rebel now, our goodwill will be gone. Not to mention, a few of our heads, if we lose. We'll be back to square one. Patricians, Kaito, Karengar, Nugget. Should the patricians remain loyal to King Felix? Or try to start a rebellion? Only the patricians get to vote. Overwhelmingly, the lords of the patricians have voted to fund the king, to remain loyal. The patricians must continue to aid the king by countering the other regions' schemes. They will win the game if the king produces an heir and completes his ambition. By royal decree, we can now tweak the laws. I see no reason to do so. Your Highness, our forces along the border are pathetically weak and an insult to the march. The Ashmodean Empire has noticed and is testing us. There was a major skirmish last week. We lost. Ashmodee took 60 of our soldiers as hostages. We need to hit back with full force and teach them a lesson. With respect, Baron Breadman guy. You don't have the strength to take on the Ashmodee right now. And if we don't ransom back your captured soldiers, your military will be weakened even further. I don't think we can show weakness, guys. I don't think we can show weakness. But we absolutely cannot pay for a ransom. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Attacking Ashmodee would be a mistake. But we will not bribe and pay men to return. We don't negotiate with Ashmodeans. We don't negotiate with Ashmodeans. You send the Ashmodeans a defiant letter detailing how the hostages don't matter to you. That you have too many troops, in fact, and they'd better watch out, and so on. And it worked. It worked. See you later, Nugget. It's not true, of course. Look, Nugget is leaving with all of his money. It's not true, of course. The March's military is even weaker now, but the Ashmodeans don't notice that. The bluff works. Their attacks cease for the time being. The Ashmodean Empire is down here. They're opposed to our kingdom. The Frozen Waste is in the north. And this is Valimir over here. Gaps in the mind. Your Grace, I have odd news to report. Have you seen a ghost, PPY? Ever since the wreck of the Gloria was found on my land, people have been losing their memory. It started small, but it's spreading. I woke up this morning to find I'd lost a week of my life. Something is deeply wrong. Jesus. I will pay to relocate Count PPY. I will pay to relocate Count PPY myself. I will pay 1,000 gold. Allow us to relocate Count PPY. I will pay for it. It will be an act of goodwill to the counts. It will improve the stability of the kingdom. It will be a vacation, a staycation at my house. You will come and stay at my house. Thanks to the generosity of the council, the household of PPY officially moved. The area is left to crumble. People are too fearful to explore it any further. Vultures. Greedy coastal merchants are taking advantage of cheap Marcher labor, Your Majesty. Exploiting our natural resources and putting our trading companies out of business. They're vultures. Vultures! Canuckman. Canuckman, no! Is it really such a problem, says Kaito. It's just business. Guys, this is just business. It's just business, guys. And if you vote for me and you agree it's just business, I'll give you 500 gold. Welcome, Samurai. Darkheart, you are now one of the barons. Don't you want 500 gold? Vote C. I will pay. I will pay you 500 shillings each. It's just business. It's just business. It's business, baby. Sometimes people gain money. Sometimes people lose money, baby. It's just business. Free trade. All the poor is jumping in on the money, says Spanky. Spanky with his 5,000, dude. He's the only one. An utter travesty. I should have known better than to expect the council to be of worth to anyone. Excellent. My companies are safe, says Kaito. I'm glad to see the council make sense for once. Trade is now dominant in the coast. They've always been rich. And Kaito is now the third richest man in the realm. And that was the spring of 984. Here are your schemes based on your teams. Here are the teams based on your schemes. The schemes and the teams. The teams and the schemes. At least my dumbass son is making the family money, says Kaito. He's doing something right. You're not the poorest by far. Schemes, we just wanted Kalishnikovs for the army. Schemes, we just wanted the golden gun. What do you mean schemes? What do you mean schemes? My heir. Your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council, holding a small child in your arms. Should I die, I ask that my crown be passed to my son and heir. The assembled nobles break out into polite applause. By designating an heir, you've cemented the stability of the kingdom. Kenix, welcome. You are a patrician. You are a patrician, Kenix. Welcome. Your esteemed highness, may I be the first to congratulate you on the birth of his son. What is his name? Felix II, my Lord Kenix. Marvelous, your august majesty. I'm sure little Felix II will grow up to be a chip off the old block. Congratulations on finding an heir. Now you need to fulfill your ambition to win the game. Time for the printing press. All right. We've come up with a new idea. Instead of relying on scribes to make coins, this one can make coins out of paper, but instead of coins, it's books. Remarkable. Isn't technology wonderful? Don't you see how dangerous this is, says Darkheart Samurai. Books should stay in churches and universities, or else commoners will get ideas. Huh. I think only the university should have printing presses. It will enrich us all if our scholars are smarter. And it will doom us all if the common people are too smart. This is my theory. This is my desire. I implore you to vote C, my lords. Not all books should be mass printed willy-nilly. I implore you, vote C for the good of the realm. Vote C for the good of the realm. Allow us to use this technology to our advantage, to the advantage of the noblemen and noble women and noble they-thems. Allow us to work together. What say you, my lords? What say you? Quail University will be proud to take stewardship of this marvelous new technology. Over the next few months, the university publishes countless educational texts spreading knowledge that had once been confined to its own library. It proves an immense boon for trade and farming as the common folk learn advanced techniques for increased crop and mining yields. We are all now much wealthier. Look, farming is now abundant. Look, I have undone the mistakes of my predecessors. I have turned this kingdom into something worthy. Unfortunately, Quail University also publishes a few histories of the kingdom that don't paint the monarchy in a flattering light. I accept such things, and here is why. 1, I am no tyrant. 2, the previous kings were goobers. 3, I am no goober. 4, it's fine. Oh no, there's a golem. Why is it here? It was instructed to dig a trench, but not told when to stop. It has dug a 16-mile furrow through the landscape and over the border by the time we stopped it. We should figure out how this golem works. We could even turn it against the Ashmodeas. Your Majesty, the barons would drown their own grandmothers to gain an advantage over Ashmodea, or over the counts or patricians. Golems are an offense to the ninth god. They're dangerous, and it must be destroyed. I know it's rough, but in this matter, we must trust the church. And if you agree with me, I will pay you $500. $500 to you from me if you agree to help me destroy this magical abomination. I already have a half-horse wizard man. I don't need this thing. Okay? I will pay you. Trust the church. Trust me. The voting is closed. By my honor, this was our only chance to even the playing field between us and Ashmodea. You're all fools. The errant golem is smashed to pieces with hammers. It's for the best, most likely. It's rough. It's rough. That was the summer of 984. It is time for an auction. Look at your money above my head. In case it's not on the right, you're dead. Locate your name and find your coin. At least it can goob, no more, no knowing. The auction begins. I hope you win. Please vote for the one you wish to see built again. Good luck, my lords. Your time is almost up. Glorious, glorious, truly glorious to see you advance the round. My ambition is next. You said you wanted to be the architect of a golden age. But so far, you've not convinced anyone. The kingdom's trade is still lackluster. Bronze or maybe a copper age. Your current ambition isn't working out for you. If you want to stop the nobles from overthrowing you, you need to pivot and change your image. We should crush the disloyal nobles, smash their armies, and force them to submit. Your Majesty, if you help us spread the zeal of the Ninth, the Church will lend our full support. With the backing of the Church, the nobles wouldn't dare move against you. The common folk are a sleeping giant. If you become beloved by the peasants, the nobles won't dare overthrow you for fear of revolution. Declare war on the Ashmodean Empire. The nobles will forget their schemes if you win. I don't think we're strong enough to fight the Ashmodeans. But our farming is really solid. I will become loved by the common folk. If I cannot create a golden age in the pockets of the people, then I will create a golden age in their hearts and their minds. A wise decision, Your Majesty. Now we must ease the tension. The Lord Barons are quite upset. How do we solve this? Exchange gifts or hold a friendly competition, a fashion show, or a game of riddles? Why don't we hold a vote on a team-building exercise to help you and the council trust one another again? What say you, my council? How will we solve this issue that we cannot get along? We must have prosperity in the realm. How do we solve it? How do we make each other love each other again? We have to do something. It's becoming untenable. We will exchange gifts. We pick them at random from the hat. I'll receive a gift from Kenix, and I'll give a gift to Spanky. What do you buy for Spanky? Spanky, what team are you? your account. Spanky, I will build you the finest, the best, Kenix, sorry. I will build you, Kenix, the finest and the best private zoo. But it does bankrupt Kenix, unfortunately. Though expensive to maintain, the zoo attracts plenty of tourism, and it's an excellent producer of manure for the coastal farms. I wait for my gift. My gift, when it arrives from Spanky, is a battered old book titled 10 Steps to Becoming an Effective Leader. Enjoy, your grace. I thought you'd find it most useful. It's not long before other nobles hear about your gift and crack jokes behind your back. Very well, Spanky, very well. I have an invitation, Spanky. I need to talk to the others about this. You must come down to the coast next year, says Kenix, and experience the summer games for yourself. It's the only social event that matters. If you aren't in attendance, it would be a crime. How could I say no? I will attend the games. And that was the autumn of 984. Sorry about that. Taxes and whatnot. The king is owed his due. Defiance is too high. One or more regions is considering rebellion. Rebelling will stop the region from advancing their scheme, and they can't be taxed or take part in normal votes. Your Majesty, the common folk are swayed as easily as a dandelion in a gale. I'm confident we can make them adore you. This will be the biggest public relations campaign in the kingdom's ever seen. You'll tour the kingdom giving speeches. Town criers will declaim your great deeds from every corner. Can't we do things to actually help people? The nobles would never allow it. You need to secure your hold on power. Then you can pass whatever reforms you'd like. A few days later, the Chancellor is helping you prepare for your first big speech. The peasants demand my presence. You're hustled out onto the palace balcony. Below you, a sea of expectant and unwashed faces gaze upon you. As you stepped into view, they erupt in cheers. Hats are thrown into the air. Someone faints with joy. Everywhere you've gone, you meet the same reception. The peasants like you. They really like you. But you must turn that into love. My dear people, for too long has the kingdom been ruled over by men who put tiny interests above the many. Never again shall such things take place. Goodbye to any and all goobers, tyrants, and corrupt officials. From henceforth, the kingdom will be prosperous, it will be united, and it will be strong. As you launch into your speech, the peasants hang onto your every word. The crowd grows and grows. When you wrap up, the peasants are cheering so loud, you're nearly knocked over. Well done, Your Majesty, well done. It went brilliantly. I did it. You did it. Now let's take this show on the road. Over the next few weeks, you travel all over the kingdom. Everywhere you go, you're greeted by cheers and applause. Things are going wonderfully. The common folk of the march even want to throw you a surprise banquet to celebrate your achievements. How delightful. It is a sign that you are a true king of the people, Your Majesty. This has nothing to do with the nobles. This is all about the ordinary folk, the salt of the earth. This is what we wanted. I await my invitation. After a few weeks, the Chancellor slides into your office, looking very pleased. The town folk are ready for you to visit. What do the barons think of this? They only just found out about it, my lord. What are they going to do? Disinvite the king? You make your preparations to leave. Although it's meant to be a surprise, you may as well bring some essential luxuries. Your wife steps up into the carriage and settles beside you, giving you a kiss on the cheek. Oh, this will be very pleasant indeed. How clever you've been making all this happen. This is very nice, don't you think? Very nice indeed. I'm so glad you agree, Your Majesty. Little Felix II makes the Chancellor play increasingly undignified make-believe games on the journey. You finally arrive in the Marcher capital. Everywhere, the people line the streets and hang out of the windows, cheering your procession. Baron Darkheart stalks up to you and bows. His smile is rigid. Ho, Your Majesty, how good it is to see you. Surprise. Oh. 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 For me? The Marcher commoners have decided that they support the crown so much, they put on a party in your honor. Goodness, I'm overcome. It was a surprise for all of us. Voices of praise follow you as you travel the banquet hall. Townsfolk throw flower petals in your path. Baron Darkheart Samurai's face is like thunder. When you enter the banquet hall, the national anthem strikes up, and even more cheering rises. The hall is filled with Marcher townfolk, but there are also common folk from all across the kingdom. In one corner, Eastern peasants clap politely, looking dignified. The Chancellor looks stunned. I had no idea everyone had gotten together for this. Let's party. The people roar in approval. You spend a week in the march, feasting and drinking and breaking bread with the commoners. But you can't be on holiday forever. Eventually, you return to the capital, where the council is in session, and the nobles are arguing again. By the blood of the dead, we must have coin from the treasury, says Spanky. I found an ancient law stating that the East is entitled to funds for Eastern sporting activities. No, 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 no. We need gold for our businesses. The peasants aren't working hard enough and we're losing momentum. You think back to the gathered peasants, tradespeople, and merchants, all cheering for you. So many of them cheering for you. Be quiet. I am your king, and I will make this decision. You have so much support from the ordinary people. The nobles have realized just how outnumbered they really are. Council sessions become smoother, quieter, and efficient as you sweep through any objections. The kingdom grows to be truly harmonious. Even your crown feels lighter on your head when you put it on each morning. Your reign stretches out in front of you, full of hope and ready for a bright future. Job well done, ladies and gentlemen. Job well done. The Barons' revolutionary plans for their new model army were quietly shelved, but not forgotten. Those blueprints will surely become useful one day. They've been planning that now for 2 generations. The patricians celebrated their victory, and Felix was venerated as a true hero of the coast. But some whispered that the patricians were losing control of their puppet as the king consolidated his power around his heir, Prince Felix II. The attempt to woo Pestia to the Eastern cause was doomed to failure. That wizard retreated once more from politics, but not before afflicting Count Mikey Gage with explosive hemorrhoids. Sorry, Mikey. It's nice to be loved, especially when you're loved by an entire kingdom. King Felix rode a surge of public adoration for Mikey. Why? For another 15 years of carousing, feasting, and popular reform, which were promptly undone following his death. But the peasants thought it was nice while it lasted. King Felix the Reformer. The game lasted 2 years, 9 months. His reign lasted 15 years. His spouse was Clementine of the Coast, and his successor was his son, King Felix II. The wealthiest noble was none other than Darkheart Samurai, and the poorest noble was none other than Kenix. The new king, King Felix II, is now here. With authority 7, stability 10, a glorious treasury, and enough success in the kingdom to finally, maybe, take the fight to the Ashmodean Empire, our true enemies. King Felix was a king of the people, What will we have next? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is King of the Castle. An incredible game. Did we have fun or did we not have fun? Allow us now to open a poll. What's next? More Zomboid? Or shall we play Domina? I'm going to give you 3 minutes to vote on the poll in the chat. What shall we play next? Shall we play Domina? Or shall we return to Zomboid and my extinction run? What do you think? What do you think? To give you some context for what my plans were for the day. Let's see if I can find it. We still have 2 hours and 15 minutes left in the show. So we have plenty more time together, guys. This was my plan for the day. Zomboid, then King of the Castle, then Project Zomboid, then Domina. We took a little bit more time with King of the Castle than I thought, but an extra 2 hours. But I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, especially with Mikey's hemorrhoid. Mikey, by royal decree, I want you to put this cream on your butthole. Okay? By royal decree, Mikey. Sit in the SWAT van and put this cream on there. It's the only way. It's the only way, Mikey. It's the only way. Good to see you, Ricky. We just finished King of the Castle. It was so much fun, dude. We went through 2 different monarchs. The first had a very short reign. That was super fun, huh, Kaito? I'm glad you had fun, man. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. I really had a blast. I think that we'll play that more frequently. Now, if you own the game, I'm just going to reopen the game just to show you. If you own the game, for the next time we play, Barons are in a good position now, I think. I think the Barons are in a much better position now. Yeah, under his reign, everybody got prosperous, I think. Felix really got everybody leveled up. So, if you own the game, you can click, you have to connect your Twitch account up here, and then you click on customization, and you can customize your king, which is me, or your character, depending on your faction. You can customize your guy. And when you join on Twitch, it'll show your customized guy. You can also customize your family shield as a player. So like when your guy comes up on the screen, it'll show the avatar that you chose and your family's shield that you chose on my stream. I think that's really cool. Let me see. How much is the game these days? Let's check it out. It's currently $10. I'm just looking on G2A real quick for you guys. And on G2A, oh shit, it HDCP'd. I'll have to fix that. On G2A, it's only $1.10 for the game for a Steam Key Global. It's only $1.10. Yeah. So $1.10 on G2A. That beats $10. That beats $10 in my opinion. $1.10 for a global Steam key. So it can be redeemed anywhere. If you guys would like, let's see here. Give me a minute, guys. Before anybody buys it, don't buy it yet. Don't buy it yet. Okay? Did you hear me? I said don't buy it yet. Don't buy it yet. Wait. Wait. Because we're not going to play again today anyway, so you have time. Don't buy it yet. Wait, please. Please wait. I just logged into my G2A account, says Carrying Guard. Just wait. Just wait, guys. Just wait. Give me a 1 moment. One second, guys. I'm going to play some music while I'm looking at this, okay? But please be patient with me for a minute. I'm doing something nice for you. Just be patient. I have to fix some stuff anyway. Just be patient. I'm going to give you guys some copies of this game. Are you ready? Diamond hands, bro. Keep holding. Keep holding. All right. I have bought 6 copies of the game. 6 copies that I'm going to give out. 6 copies. One second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on Discord in the PoorDeadFest channel, I have just started a giveaway for 6 copies of King of the Castle. All you have to do is react to the giveaway post. It's that simple. May the best 6 of you win, and I hope you do. I like to do my giveaways on Discord because that's where the core people are. And if anybody, some people are here lurking, you know, and they might be asleep. I want everybody to have a chance. You can play this without me if you want, if you win, or you can customize your guy and play it with me next time. And in 24 hours, we will know who our 6 winners are. Okay? All right, give me just a minute here, guys. I still have some stuff to do behind the scenes. I got to get all these keys from the website. When are we playing again? Yeah, I mean, since you guys really like it, I'm willing to play more often. I'll add it to my schedule. I don't want to schedule it for tomorrow because there's a potential brownout here with the power, and I don't want to like schedule it and then it go poo-poo on you guys. What I like is that the story continues across multiple kings. So remember, like the boat that we did on the first king, he didn't live long enough to see it resolve. So it resolved during the reign of Felix. That was so cool. Yeah, you're right. You're very right, Canuck. I just pinged everybody, or a bunch of people at least. Yeah, King Dominus was our first king, and then who was our second? I don't remember his name. Yeah, Twitch allows copywritten music, but only if I don't put it in the VOD. So you can hear it on the live, but if you watch back the show, there's no music. And YouTube doesn't allow it at all, even in the VOD. Or even in the live, sorry. Oh, I meant for King when it happens. Yeah, I'll put we'll make a notifications roll for it, is what we'll do. It started with A. Oh, yeah, it was Oral. That's right. It was Oral, right? Because that was a funny name. I remember now. King Orel. But we kept calling him King Oral. How comedic was that? Yeah. I try to play each king a little bit differently so that it's more fun that way. There's like a role play aspect to it, you know? That way we have fun with each one. It doesn't just feel like a repeat. That seems like it would be a really fun game also with your like friends at the house. You know what I mean? Did it ever tell us the results of the poll? I didn't see the results. It looked like it was 3 and 3. All right, well then I will choose, just like King of the Castle. I will break the tie. Guys, that was so much fun. I had so much fun with that. I had so much fun. Like, wow. King of the Castle, dudes. That game is a lot of fun to play with you guys. I need to get some munchies, bro. Uh-oh, he's been hanging out with Larry. Chat. He's been hanging out with Larry. He's gone crazy. He's got reefer madness. He's got reefer madness, guys. Who's Larry, the skeleton? You're Larry. Kaito, you're Larry. You're Larry, Kaito. All right, guys, we're going to switch up games. We're going to go back to a classic. I'm really interested to see how this extinction run goes. So we're going to play some Zomboid and entertain you with that. I hope that's okay. Let's play some Zomboid, shall we? Now, I'm going to have to bring the YouTube stream down, but I'll bring it back up right away, but it'll be a different game, just so you know. Have you seen that bit of the drummer from Engine de Poitrine